So what came first, home or restaurant? It is very much work. It is very much home. I don't know that that's like so separate. I can't imagine doing it any other way. It was always very much a home, the 3 days, and then we kind of turn it into a restaurant. I think it'll always be home, you know.
Here at Huckberry, we believe your home is more than just a place to live. It's a reflection of your style, your passions, and the stories of adventures along the way. Join us as we step inside the inspiring spaces of our community that truly embody what it means to live well. This is Huckberry Homes.
My name is Peter Cho, and I'm the chef and owner of Hanok Restaurant and Jeju Restaurant in Portland, Oregon. I was born in Korea, but our family immigrated when I was 7. So Eugene, Springfield, I grew up. After college, I moved to New York, started cooking. 10 years of work in a restaurant I felt like was like 20 years of work. And then my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. So like stage 4 breast cancer. And we just kind of picked up and moved right back. Hanok is in reference to a Korean style of home. My mom helped to come up with a name for that. When we first opened, she was like here every day. Like we were making kimchi together, make dumplings together. That was like our thing. I was really rediscovering Korean food in a really special way. What I long for in Korean food is like the thing that I remember. It's my mom's cooking. So it's really special whenever I find myself making it for the menu and like tons of personal connection to it. So the space Sun found on Craigslist of all places, when we found it, it was up as a residential. So it was a 3-bedroom residence, big open courtyard. What we found interesting was that because it's in this like sort of commercial lot, we thought that we can turn this into something other than just the home. So we moved in, so it was really our home first, and I think Elliot was maybe 6 months old at the time. And so we really were able to sort of nest, I guess. Yeah, it was our home. What I'd like for my kids to take away from living here inside of a restaurant is that work isn't so separate. I really valued my time as a chef and opening this restaurant, and the things that we were able to accomplish is a big part of me being able to do it while living here and still being with the family. Even when we have like new staff come on, 10 years later, we let them know that like our kids will, after school, be coming in and running around and poking around the kitchen and seeing what the front of the house is doing and stuff. Working in a restaurant is like such a valuable life learning place, just to how to deal with people and be respectful and all that kind of stuff. There's a ton of valuable lessons here. And this is wife and partner, Sun Park. All the stuff I talked about it being a restaurant, she'll be like, no, it's not. This is our home.
As un-restaurant of a restaurant as we could possibly have.
This is the un-restaurant. Yeah, so we're in our main dining room, up to the bar and then the main kitchen. This wall right here is actually the wall that separates the restaurant from the house side. Sun is an artist, illustrator. Any of the sort of artwork you see, like the big painting behind us, will have been done by Sun and the kids actually.
It was hanging by the time we started painting, and this is as high as I could go. And this is Elliot down here on a chair when he was this tall.
So it is nice to have this like functional but like kind of display wall. And then all this stuff is like used on a daily basis. But sometimes I'll be up in the kitchen and I'll be like, we're plating some new dish, and I'll like come down here and I kind of scope it out to see what like different plate I want to put it on. Sun, you did this one.
This is a Korean tiger, the horangi. But yeah, someday we'll be able to produce more of these and use them in the restaurant.
This is like the sort of the tug of war. It's like I'm just constantly turning this into a restaurant, to be honest, and she's like constantly turning it back into our home.
Like this right here would be a great spot for like a little painting studio, but we have reservations tonight, so maybe next week.
I know down here it's like all the kids' toys and stuff.
Those were our everyday for a very long time. But now when I see young kids coming in, pulling out those blocks, it pulls at the heart. It's really heartwarming to see that they're still loved and enjoyed.
Yeah, this is now, I mean, this is all now just functional, like, you know, all the back of house space. This is the service station. You know, all my cookbooks are here. They're getting pretty dusty and kind of beat up, but. So this is my old boss, and Sun did all the illustrations. That's her writing. That's her little piggy. This is like the pass. This is where I expedite service. And so all the food kind of gets prepared through this line, comes up here, finishing touches, and then it goes out that way. It is a bar now, and that's the evolution of this place, but this was actually the chef's counter. So I actually had like tables up here. We would set up like steamer baskets and stuff. My mom and I like making dumplings, and we would like make it here, and guests would sit here and we'd be able to like, you know, pass the food across the chef's counter. The home is like, we share this like wall. This is it. I mean, just on the other side of this is the house. So, you know, I'll be expediting up there, and I'll be like, all right, this is going to table 1, this is going to table 3, this is going to the house. And so like dinner will sometimes just be like food from the restaurant, but it'll be like right there, you know?
But yeah, Frankie comes out, can you make me tteokbokki, Dad? Can we get tteokbokki? Can I get a kid's cocktail, please?
They'll like go to like other restaurants. I'm like, they don't do that here.
Yeah, he goes and so, where's your bedroom? Where's the bed?
We had to put up a sign because we had like guests coming in here. So it's like, it's employees only. Yeah, so this is our entryway.
/ storage /
/ shoe storage. But like any good Asian home, we, you know, take off our shoes here. Guys, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I have a collection of shoes that we store up here. We had a holiday market, and so the kids like sold. They just like went around the house here and like grabbed stuff, restaurant stuff, and just like sold it. And everything's either like 5 cents or $5. So this is where we've measured our kids, but then
This is also where Frankie bangs
just, like, bangs.
all of his weapons and things when he's have his little feelings.
But yeah, this is kind of, you know, again, another set of shelves where our stuff ends up. I have my collection of cookbooks up there. This is like art books from San. And then like, you know, toys, again, toys all over the place. That's the Pokemon binder.
But I love these. I love this. I love the little notes the kids leave.
This is so stupid that we do this. Like all this stuff, we were semi-finalists for James Beard Award, and it just sits in a drawer. Like we gotta frame this and put it up.
Running a restaurant or having a partner that runs a restaurant it's grueling work. It's a lot. And so moving into this space was a way for us to be together. But through COVID, all got changed, and we didn't have a restaurant anymore, and we were home every day together. And it was such a different family dynamic. It was the closest we had ever been. And since then, the realization that the physical presence, it doesn't matter. It's really the presence of mind, and that's something that is most important to me now. And as long as we're present for each other, that's what home is.
I think with kids, you just look for things that are low to the ground, especially when they're like accident prone and they fall.
And this was a gift from a friend, though, that, yeah, I absolutely cherish. I love it. It's an Ames chair. I love chair design, too. Like, these are Umanoffs, and that's a macabre, and that's a Toledo. It's a bit too much, actually. I really need to tone it down a little bit. I need to stick to one thing, but I love all of them.
This is the kitchen, and you know, again, the same wood that we have in the restaurants. We built these first shelves out.
Some leftover tile.
We have this like giant, like, you know, commercial kitchen out there, but like I did most of the cooking out of this like little induction oven hidden in this drawer. So like, you know, just one pot cooking really. And then like if this were like, you know, if you wanted to see the fridge, it's really just
Wine.
It's all like, yeah, restaurant stuff and champagne and yeah, wine storage really. Hot sauce bottles and wine. That's all I got in here. You can do a lot with one microwave, a toaster oven, and an induction burner. No, I don't feel any guilt at all. But I love Taco Bell at the end of a service. After the end of a long week, I'll go and get Taco Bell on the way home.
I threw Peter's surprise 40th birthday party at Taco Bell.
I feel zero guilt. I don't know why there's like this like guilty pleasure question.
We had a black light Taco Bell party. We had a DJ at Taco Bell. We bought out Taco Bell. They were the best.
I had a buddy who like cures his own hams, and so he like brought a ham on like a jamon stand. It was like hand carving his like homemade prosciutto.
Justin brought
white Elba truffles, and he was like shaving white Elba truffles over like the freaking Mexican pizza. Like it was
caviar.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny because like we'll have parents come to eat and they'll have little kids, and like, the kids will go out there and be like, hey, the fun stuff is in the inside.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And they'll bring out here and let them play with toys and stuff. And so we'll be out there in the restaurant and we'll start hearing the drums. You know, they invited some kid up here to bang on the drums. I love the indoor-outdoor space and the feeling, and you know, being able to use this during the summer as like kind of our front yard a little bit for the kids. So lush and green and beautiful in here during the spring, through the summer. I love being surrounded by all the vines.
I think we can look back over the past years and you know, in the way that it's impacted our lives. We've met our closest friends here. It's raised our children. Their relationship with the restaurant is growing too. And like Frankie's bussing tables now and negotiating his pay. They're more familiar with the food. They're excellent eaters. What we do here directly impacts our family and our lives, and it's for the family. It's beautiful right now.
We're always evolving. We've always sort of gone with the flow, sort of prioritized like, okay, how is this gonna affect the family and how much time I get to spend with the kids? We're always in pursuit of the thing that inspires us the most, and how we operate the restaurant and how we live here and how we share our home is gonna be dictated by that. I recognize that the magic of this space has a bigger influence on our guest experience than the food itself. It's more about like coming in and feeling very like connected to a very homey place with a very solid home-cooked meal. Ultimately, that's what I want our guests to feel.